Hey, it's Linus here. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my StepStone stock analysis and whether is StepStone Group a buy right now. On top of that, I'll also be sharing with you a recent trade that I did with StepStone stock, and I'll be sharing with you my StepStone stock trade analysis. So if you're interested in all of that, make sure you stick around in this video. Alright, so this is the price chart for StepStone stock. And if we take a look over here, the stock IPOed in September of last year. So it traded sideways for a couple of months before it took off in late November over here. And then after that, StepStone stock formed a base over here before it broke out, and right now we are trading sideways a bit over here. So now I'll be going through a bit of my thought process of why I traded StepStone stock. So if we zoom in over here, we see at this area of the price chart, StepStone stock formed a solid base. If we take a look at the volume for the stock and zoom out, we see that since the stock IPO, those above average volume was on up days, right? So this was the above average volume, this was another above average volume, and then this was another above average volume. And you notice that all of this above average volume came on up days. And this is a good sign for the stock because this most likely means that the stock is being accumulated by the institutions. Right, so if we zoom back right over here, you see that on this day, volume was 3.04 million compared to the 50-day average, which was around 300k. So volume for the day was 10 times the 50-day average. And this is unlikely to be an Betty or Susie buying the stock, as William O'Neill would have put it. It is most likely the big institutions coming in to accumulate the stock. And we always want to align ourselves with these institutions because they contribute to most of the momentum of a stock. Furthermore, if we take a look over here, you see that after earnings, volume has been steadily increasing over here. So volume increased on this day, and this day. And then finally on this day, we see above average volume. As prices broke above this level of around $34, this provided an early entry. And this is what Mark Minivini would consider a low chip entry. But I missed my opportunity to buy when the stock broke above this price level of $34. And then you can see after prices broke above this price level of $34, prices ran up very quickly. And that is what usually happens when you buy at the correct time, which is at the pivot point. So the pivot point is the area of least resistance. So when prices move to this area, there's very little resistance and supply coming to the stock. So just a bit of demand can push the stock up very quickly. And that is what we saw over here. So as prices move up quickly, I miss out my opportunity to buy the stock over here. But that is alright because we do not want to chase and buy an overextended stock. So over here, prices move up very quickly and it became overextended very quickly. But the good thing is this, even though we might miss out on an opportunity, we can always find another opportunity to get into the stock. And the opportunity came after a few trading sessions later. So prices ran up quickly and then it encountered some resistance over here and then it pulled back. And after it pulled back for a few trading sessions, prices broke out over here, and that is where I entered my position. So you can see over here, prices were waging down, and then we can draw a downtrend line over here. And then once prices break this downtrend line and it broke above the previous resistance, that was where I entered my position in StepStone stock. And then can you see after I bought my position in StepStone stock, the stock moved up very quickly over here. From where I bought over here at around $40, it rose up to its high of around $45 in the next trading session. So in just one trading session, prices move up by more than 10%. And that is the power of timing your trade. If you time your trade at the correct point, which is at the pivot point, and at the line of least resistance, just a bit of demand can push prices up quickly. And furthermore, after this breakout over here, on the next day, you can see that volume was above average. And this is another positive sign that we want to see from the stock. After the breakout, we want to see the breakout being confirmed by increased volume. And we got that increased volume in the next trading sessions. And after that, even though prices did increase, it slowed down quite a bit. And then just before earnings, I sold some of my positions of StepStone stock over here. Right, because if we are in profit in the stock, we want to take some profits off the table just before earnings. In fact, from my entry position over here to my exit position over here, in just about 3 weeks of trading, my position in StepStone stock has been up by quite a fair bit. Right, so if we take our tool over here, all the way to where I sold my position in the stock, in that 3 weeks, my position has been up by around 18%. So I sold some of my position at this point over here, before earnings, and then after earnings came out, we see that there was a big red candlestick over here. So when this big red candlestick formed, it stopped me out of my remaining position in StepStone stock. So that's a breakdown of my StepStone stock trade analysis. Now I'll be sharing with you whether is StepStone Group a buy right now. So we see that after prices have increased over here, prices has been basically trading sideways for a while. So if you were to ask me, I wouldn't buy StepStone stock right now. I would want to see prices tightening up a bit over here, and I also want to see prices breaking above this resistance at around $49. So we can see that there is a resistance over here at this price level because this was the first test and then prices couldn't break above this level. And then we can see multiple tests over here where prices couldn't break above this price level of around $49. So moving forward, for me to consider buying and trading StepStone stock again, I want to see prices tightening up at the right side over here and breaking above this resistance level of around $49. So that's my StepStone stock analysis. Hopefully you have enjoyed and learned something from this video. If you did, smash that like button because it will really help the channel grow and allow me to produce more content such as this. And if you are new to this channel and haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel because each week I release new videos about investing, trading, and the stock market. I'll see you in those other videos. To your financial success.